China unexpectedly appointed a new trade negotiator, Li Chenggang, on Wednesday, April 16th, amid its ongoing tariff dispute with the U.S. He replaces Wang Shouwen, who was involved in the 2020 trade deal negotiations between the two countries. The U.S. and China, the world's two largest economies, have been raising tariffs on each other's goods. Chinese exports to the U.S. face duties up to 145%, while many other countries have a 90-day pause on similar reciprocal tariffs. On the same day, China announced its economy grew 5.4% year-on-year from January to March, driven by strong exports. However, analysts expect growth to slow as U.S. tariffs on Chinese imports take effect. Exports helped China reach a 5% annual growth rate in 2024, matching the official target for the year. In response to U.S. tariffs, China imposed 125% duties on American exports and tightened export controls on rare earth materials used in high-tech and defense industries. Although these tariffs will pressure China's economy in the short term, Sheng Liuyun, a National Bureau of Statistics spokesperson, said they won't stop long-term growth. China did not explain the change in negotiators. The shift comes as Beijing seeks to reduce reliance on the U.S. market by focusing more on its own 1.4 billion consumers, Europe, and developing countries. But with domestic consumption weak, partly due to a property crisis triggered by Evergrande's collapse in 2021, it will be hard to replace U.S. consumers. Before his new role, Li was China's ambassador to the World Trade Organization for over 4 years. He also served as deputy permanent representative to the UN office in Geneva and other international organizations. Li's experience with the WTO and China's accession negotiations over 20 years ago may better equip him for current challenges. Tu Xinquan from the China Institute for WTO Studies said Li supports free trade and might bring a different negotiation style, but China remains firm against U.S. demands. Meanwhile, Chinese leader Xi Jinping is touring Southeast Asia to promote China as a stable and reliable trade partner, contrasting it with the U.S. After visiting Vietnam, Xi arrived in Malaysia's capital, Kuala Lumpur, for a 3-day visit, and will end his tour in Cambodia. In Malaysia, he is expected to discuss a free trade agreement with the 10-member Association of Southeast Asian Nations. When asked about possible talks with the U.S., Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lin Jian said the U.S. started the tariff conflict and China is only defending its rights and international fairness. Lin stressed that for dialogue to happen, the U.S. must stop pressure tactics and threats, and any talks must be based on equality, respect, and mutual benefit.